and let's have some fun, baby. Yeah!
And we're rolling, baby.
Oh, this is live? Okay,
No, it's not live, it's recorded.
okay.
So that's a phone that Jacob's holding right there, and he's recording.
I got you. I'm not that old.
There's not a live audience on the other side.
Not yet.
Okay,
Okay.
so we got Jimmy here. How young are you?
69.
How long have we known each other?
I don't know. 5 years?
Longer than that, because you
6
came to
years.
my original place.
Yeah, I did.
So 7, 8 years.
Yeah, a while.
So I wanted Jimmy to share a story today because it's a really powerful one. Because when I first met you 7 or 8 years ago, it was for back pain.
Yeah,
And we went through, worked out the back pain, got you good again.
Yeah.
You are a carpenter or you're contractor by trade.
right.
You've literally built houses from the ground up by yourself, including yours on Marco.
that's right.
Right? You've built it from the ground up. You built your house and the keys from the ground up yourself. So you've always been an able-bodied man, to say the least.
That's right.
When I first met you 8 years ago, you weren't able to do that anymore.
No.
Your back was bothering you, and super long story short, we worked through it and got you able to do everything that you wanted to do again, including keeping up with your active wife,
You're right.
because both of you guys are super active into hiking, biking, outdoors,
Yes. Everything.
projects, everything.
Yeah, working, everything.
The thing that I want to talk about, though, is not that incident. It was the next incident. So
Right.
we have a mutual friend slash client that I consistently saw over the years after you were off living your life.
Yeah.
And one day he goes, "Have you talked to Jimmy lately?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't talked to him lately." He goes, "You might want to give him a call. He's about to do surgery or injections or something.
To shoot myself.
Or shoot
Yeah.
yourself." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, his back went out on him again." So I call you up. I'm like, "Jimmy, what the hell?" And I'm like, "What's going on?" And you're like, "My back went out." And I'm like, "Why didn't you come to me?" Do you remember what you said?
I can't get in the car.
No, that's not what you said. You said, "This felt different."
Oh, yeah.
You said, "This felt different, so I didn't think you could help me."
That's right. No,
Right.
that's true. That's 100% right.
Right?
Yeah.
So what did you do instead?
Well, I went to spine surgeons, 2 of them, had an MRI done. "Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. It doesn't look that bad. You know, you'll get better." I went to a nerve guy, same thing. So anyway, I was miserable. I basically had to lay down 90% of the day. All I did was just walk around whenever I could get up because I had to just keep active. I couldn't do any work, couldn't do any play. I wasn't good for anything. And I had been like this for probably a couple months when you called me. And what happened was I was down in the Keys and we were taking a walk, and all of a sudden I just froze up and I couldn't move. I couldn't move at all. She went and got the car, went down to Key West, got Toradol shots all on my back. You know, that wears off the next day. I had other things done. I went to a pain clinic that was near your office. That guy gave me spinal shots.
You didn't tell me that part. You were
No.
right next to me.
The guy gave me shots in my spine, 7 shots. You talk about painful, or no, it was more than that. But anyway, did nothing at all. So anyway, when he called me, I managed to get in the car and held onto the back seat, kneeling down or laying down. And
Well, hold on. Before you get there, when I called you, you're like, you were so lost.
Yeah.
Is where you're at.
Yeah, I would.
I was trying to talk you off the ledge.
Yeah.
Right? You were just lost. You didn't know what to do. You're like, "I'm going to this cookie cutter physical therapist on the island."
I went to 3 different ones. The doctors, you know, every time you go, "Well, you can go here for a week or something, and your insurance pays for it." And they were a joke. a joke.
Well, you said that you kept leaving your physical therapy appointments worse than when you got there.
I did.
So then I'm like, okay, right now we're doing the definition of insanity,
Yeah.
doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah.
Why don't you just come give me a chance? And you were scared. You're like,
I didn't want you to touch me because I was in such pain.
yeah, you said, I don't want anybody to touch me. It hurts too much. And the exact words I said, Jimmy, I promise you, you will not leave worse than you get here. Remember me saying that?
Yes.
So then you got into the car and you're holding on to the back of the car rest. Sue's driving you down here.
Yeah.
And long story short, you came in and you left feeling better than you got there.
Yes.
Right? So then you're like, okay, that's it. Screw everything else. And you decided to come back home to me.
Yep.
And we worked together for how long?
I don't know. It was over a year.
Over a year.
But I had to come every week. At first it was twice a week. Then we got it down, was it once a week after that? I know it was no less than that.
We didn't start at 3 times a week.
I think we did right at the beginning for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we went to twice a week and then once a week, but
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
This is the important thing to remember, though, is we're holding a golf club right now. This wasn't even in the conversation. I mean,
I sold all my weights. I had York equipment, you know, all kinds of Olympic weights, everything. I had all this golf equipment. I got rid of all of it. I'll never do that again, never. Well, little did I know that now I'm looking at stuff to buy.
Well, hold on a second. This is important because when we first started, you literally could not touch your knees.
I couldn't.
You couldn't
I
bend
couldn't
over.
go any lower than that.
You couldn't wear shoes that weren't slip-ons. Remember that?
My wife tied my shoes.
Yeah,
My wife slipped on my shoes.
Or you wore sandals.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we're back. Technical difficulties. So where we left off was, as we're going through our progression, a month into it, we were able to finally bend over and touch your knees.
Yes.
And it was one of the most emotional things that I've ever experienced, because it was one of those things where it's like, I can't believe this was actually happening again, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's hard for you to talk about, but it's really important because where are you at now?
Whatever you want me to do, I can do it all.
So as we worked together over the next year, we just kept getting farther and farther and farther and farther down to where we could finally touch your toes with straight knees.
Yeah.
And as we were doing that, we were progressing your functional mobility, your functional ability, so that you could swing a hammer again.
Yeah.
Not because you had to, but because you wanted to.
Because you needed a golf room.
Because I needed one. So fast forward, this was actually to my benefit too.
Yeah.
Right after you finally get better is when I needed to remodel my office in Naples to accommodate the golf simulator. So we knock a wall down, and then we put a wall up, and we put another wall up. Me and you did that.
That's right. My wife was there one day.
Yep, Sue came in and helped us another day.
And the whole time we're working, it says, no, you keep bending down on your right knee. You need to bend down on your left knee.
Yeah,
because it's your hip. It's not your back. You know?
Yeah, you kept favoring.
I know. Well, now my knees look the same. Well, you can't see this one, but they look the same.
Yeah, you just tweaked that one in the attic yesterday.
Yeah, but I don't feel a thing. This thing must be working.
Yep. So here we are now, 2 years after that story.
Yep.
You've been playing golf 3 times a week now, down in the Keys.
Yep.
You're doing everything that you want to do now, hiking, biking, tennis.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep. Lift weights every other day.
What would you tell somebody watching this video who's skeptical about coming in because they're not sure if we can help, or if they're concerned about the price? Because a lot of people are concerned about prices.
Well, you know, everybody's concerned about price, and I was too. But, you know, what is your health worth? To me, you know, every penny I spent was worth it. I mean, because I wouldn't be standing here enjoying my life, you know, which is what I'm doing. I do any damn thing I want to. I've been mountain climbing 3 times since this happened. we'll go again next year somewhere. So, yeah, price is something, but you work around it. If you can do it a couple times a week or just once a week or whatever, it helps out. And I bought a plan where it reduced the cost. Because I was buying a whole package because I knew I was going to be there a while. I didn't know when I first started, how long it would take or if I'd get better. Well, I started getting better right away, incrementally, and I could see that, every time. So when you have that going on, you don't want to stop, So now, I just made my wife work one extra year, so we're good.
Love it.
Yeah.
So fast forward to today. This is the first time, just for scheduling reasons,
Right.
why we got back in here. We got you on the simulator. We're
Yeah.
whacking golf balls.
Yeah.
No problems at all.
No,
We're
no.
talking about getting fit for irons.
Yeah, no, my stuff is all antiquated, and my swing, I haven't played well, I've been playing now, but whatever. Jake's got some new ideas that I am going to follow because I can see they make a lot of sense, and just a couple of shots, the difference was right there in black and white. So whatever,
Yep.
just something for me to work on. So,
Yep.
and then I'll work on that and come back in here
Yep.
and take it from there. So
What's
anyway.
What's one last thing that you would hope that other people know that you didn't know when we first started? What's one last thing to leave the audience with?
Well, I was used to going to doctors, and Medicare pays for all the doctors. But it doesn't do you any good if they don't work. And it's ridiculous. I couldn't tell you how many MRIs I've had, and the doctors say, well, you should be fine. We don't really see anything here. Just take this, these barbiturates and whatever else they throw at you, and I don't take pills like that. So I just lived in pain. And, you need somebody that's into sports, that's into health, and he lives the lifestyle, because then you can, he knows where you're at, and he can figure out, what it's going to take to fix you.
You did it, man.
Well, he fixed me.
Well, we did it together.
Yeah.
We did it together. You did the hard work.
Yeah.
And you should be proud of that. You've worked your ass off your whole life, and you did it again. You didn't have the blueprints. Put it into building a house. You can build a house because you got the blueprints. You didn't have the blueprints to fix your back. I
Yeah.
gave you the blueprints. We got it fixed.
Yeah.
So good job. Thank you for sharing all it. I know it's not easy.
No,
You
it's
did an amazing job, Jimmy.
I did it for him.
Yeah.